Good morning, and welcome to your morning cereal. Okay, good morning, and welcome to Thursday. And good news if you haven't left for work today or if you haven't logged in yet. Today is National Don't Go to Work Unless It's Fun Day. Sounds great, but my grandmother would never let me hear the end of it if I skipped out on work. So I guess we'll just have to make work fun today. Well, it's also National Find a Rainbow Day, and we've got some rain in the area today, so I might actually be able to participate in finding a rainbow today. But lastly, if all else fails, it's World Party Day. So grab your gazoos and your crazy glasses and let's hit the rave. I think I just really showed my age there. That's what I think a World Party Day makes me think of. Oh well. Well, here's a question for you. Do people still say kill them with kindness? Well, Covey Smulders may not think it's happening as much as it used to. She said, quote, kindness is something that I feel is leaving us a bit. People are getting more self-involved, end quote. And that's a sad state if that's true, folks, right? We need to bring back kindness. All right, well, let's take a look at today's news, facts, and birthdays for April 3rd. And we're going to start back in 1882 when, on this date, Jesse James was murdered by his own gang for the reward money. Well, that wasn't kind. Then in 1924 on this date, actor and Superman's dad and everybody's favorite godfather, Marlon Brando, was born. Then in 1953, the first issue of the TV Guide was published with the cover featuring a picture of Lucille Ball's newborn baby. You can see it right here if you're watching on YouTube. Then in 1973 on this date, the very first mobile phone cell call is made from downtown Manhattan, New York City by Motorola employee Martin Cooper, and he called Joel Engel at the Bell Labs headquarters in New Jersey. Now, apparently, his first words were, quote, Joel, I'm calling you from a real cellular telephone, a portable handheld telephone, end quote. It would be about 25 years later that I bought my first cell phone. Well, lastly, in 1996, this is the date that federal agents in Montana apprehended Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber. Well, happy birthday if today is your birthday. You share a birthday with actor Alec Baldwin, he's 67. Comedian Eddie Murphy, he's 64 today. Actress Jenny Garth from 90210 fame, she's 53. Actress Cobie Smulders from How I Met Your Mother and the MCU, she's 43 today. And singer Leona Lewis, she's 40 years old today. And the number one song on this date back in 1982 was I Love Rock and Roll by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Now, everybody knows this song, right? I mean, put another dime in the jukebox, baby. Everybody knows this. But interestingly, the writer of the song was based in England, and he wanted that line to be put another coin in the jukebox to make it more universal. Well, this is also another song that Weird Al Yankovic recorded a parody of, with his title, I Love Rocky Road. Well done, Al. I do too. I do too. Well, I also like some self-improvement, and today we start in earnest reading Stephen R. Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And recall, we are beginning the first of 4 parts in this book called Paradigms and Principles, and this first chapter is entitled Inside Out. And Covey begins this chapter laying the groundwork about why he wrote this book, that over his lifetime, in both his personal and in professional settings, that he's known, quote, many individuals who have achieved an incredible degree of outward success, but have found themselves struggling with an inner hunger, a deep need for personal congruency and effectiveness for healthy, growing relationships with other people, end quote. And Covey gives a few examples of things people might say like, quote, I just can't seem to keep a promise I make myself. And what's really important to me? And they won't listen to me. What can I do? Or I still don't feel I'm living the happy, productive, peaceful life I want to live. And lastly, I always wonder what other people really think of me and my ideas, end quotes. So we are all human, and I'm sure at least one of these hits home for you, right? Or perhaps you have something similar you were thinking of. Well, Covey says, quote, These are deep problems, painful problems, problems that quick fix approaches can't solve, end quote. Covey tells a quick story about how he and his wife were concerned with their son. Their son wasn't being very successful in school or on the athletic field. And they tried to be supportive, but this didn't help, and they could see his self-esteem was being affected. Covey at that time was studying expectancy theory and self-fulfilling prophecies, leading him to focus on just how important our perceptions are, how they are formed, and how they are the lens through which we see this world. And if he and his wife were being honest, the perception they had of their son was, quote, that he was basically inadequate, somehow behind. And because of this, despite their actions and words, what they really communicated to him was, you aren't capable. You have to be protected, end quote. Covey and his wife concluded, quote, we began to realize that if we wanted to change the situation, we first had to change ourselves. And to change ourselves effectively, we first need to change our perceptions, end quote. There they are again, perceptions and perspectives. Both Covey and Carnegie are big on identifying these and then reacting appropriately from there. Well, we'll dive deeper into this tomorrow in Covey's subchapter, The Personality and Character Ethics. Hey, thanks for joining us today. Be kind today, people, and come back tomorrow. And of course, have a fantastic day. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Morning Serial podcast on the One Life Live It channel. You can find more episodes and videos by visiting our YouTube channel and the website at Sean Inglis and at SeanInglis.com, where you can also follow our other podcasts, the Mr. and Mrs. Inglis podcast and the Life Happens podcast. In these other podcasts, we'll dive deeper into everyday issues, self-improvement and well-being, business and finance, and we welcome special guests too. So join us. It'll be a good time, I promise. Thanks again for listening. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you tomorrow.